Hello and welcome back. I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign in Europa Universalis 4. Mr. Blessed Prester John. Okay. We are done integrating. We are working on conversion. Heathens in high places. The clergy has long objected to our use of heathens in high positions. When Sarsa Dengel Eshedi was made army reformer, they objected loudly. They don't like the fact that I've got a Sunni guy in charge. Blah, 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 blah. Our military advisor leaves, we lose 25 mil, or we piss off people that I don't care about. Sounds great. Pissing off people that I don't care about for 7 million, please. Here's integration. We are now administrating an empire, apparently. Integration is complete. That's great, that's good. Bureaucrats have long favored paper over parchment and other materials due to how much easier it is to work with. There are also various measures that can be taken to make official papers harder to falsify. The invention of the watermark in Fabriano is one. Fabriano. That's something that we just integrated, or like... No, oh, that's all about, okay. As empires increasingly come to grow and to encompass more than one continent, this need for provable authenticity and ease of use has led to imperial bureaucracies from China to Europe exclusively using paper. Great, cool, good. All right, so we have state slots, yes. We've got 3 state slots, and we just inherited 3, 4. Only 9 development there, 20 development here. This is a good state to have, I think. This one is only 8 development. Double Coptic, Shia. I think I'm going to use state slot on this one just so we can convert a little bit easier. And we can grant stuff to the guys. The Coptic lands over here. And this Coptic province up here. I guess I'd kind of like to have this state, just so that we can maybe conquer Kasira Brim at some point. But that's going to put me out of state slots. That's okay for now. We'll just do it. Nobles want more land. Nobles can have more land. They can have this one. And this one. Clergy can have some of the new land as well, even though it's going to potentially exacerbate the issue that I just had. That's fine. The land needs to be converted, and this other land is kind of lower on autonomy now anyway. And some of this land might be alright in the burghers' control. One more click of development and Herrera lets them control that coffee. Coffee's still nowhere near as good as our tax income due to the high stability, clergy being loyal, 40% from the church, etc. But I would like the burghers to have some more land. Perhaps it's time to save up for Defender of the Faith for better conversions. I don't know. The fact that we're now at 3 out of whatever subjects makes me want to definitely go to war with this other person and feed some more land to Ajuran. Got no troops. He makes no money at all with no troops. Taxes 1.47. Expenses 1.43. 65% plus the 50% extra, 65 times 1.5 equals 97.5. He owes me 97.5% of his tax income in taxes. So he literally cannot support any army at all. And the only income he has is from production, which is not enough to even cover his state maintenance fee. Which is kind of hilarious if you think about it. Let's give him some more land that he can pay taxes on. If only we could give him to the Dhimmi, have him pay even more. Alright, February 1st, I'm going to declare, I think now, highest development province that you own that we can take back is going to be Mogadishu. Let's declare for Mogadishu. Not going to co-belligerent anyone else. We'll take the rest of that land later. let's go ahead and go in with this fella here. Got the combat guy, have him actually be on this army, and this army can be on that one. These two troops can band together, and if we ever do get another leader, I'll have him do some drill, because I do want to try to get more professionalism. Our ruler's going to die soon. I'm not liking the idea that that's going to happen, but actually, come to think of it, you guys should probably head not that way, but this way. A funds fort is not done yet. Can't recall if the fort gets cancelled if they siege it, or if it just gets paused. Might as well go blockade this, since my navy can't really do anything else of value. Well, I hope that I did just lose that fort. It could happen. If it does, I'm not going to cry about it, but I will be annoyed about it. Alright, so unfortunately I did not bring Ajran into this war, but I should still be allowed to use the Return Corps peace deal. I just hope that it'll actually cost me no dip to do so. It might still cost dip, which is kind of the problem with having Scutage enabled, but my own fault. Fort is just paused. Good. I also have this guy down here that I need to siege out. So after some of these sieges are done, we'll send an army south. Okay, next. Okay, good on that. Economy looks pretty solid. Get a couple more sieges going there. You guys are going to head over to Togdur. I guess you could just hang out where you are, and you guys are just sieging stuff. I need cannons. Also, I could use a leader for this army. Nice army piled over there. Get you onto that stack there. Get you to go down this way. Take down Lamu. An active blockade on this. Fort started. We can handle speed 3 for this war. Sorry, speed 4. Unless there's a pop-up. Debre Berhan, the Mountain of Light. Zara Jacob has had a vision in which he has shown a shining mountain on which to build the new capital of Ethiopia. A church has already been constructed at the site, and it is now up to the state to realize the dream of our emperor. The time has come for a permanent capital. Shewa will become our new capital. We lose autonomy in Shewa, Wolo, Gojam, Ankober, RC. Okay. Gain 50 admin, or... So like Damat? Damat's the gold mine, I know that one. I'm assuming these provinces are all adjacent to each other. Shewa. Wolo. Where's Wolo? Wolo. We already have no autonomy there. Ankober. Yes. I could revoke that from the nobles and get that down to 0%. Capital of Shewa renamed Debre Berhen. Shewa. We want to move it into the mountain of Shewa, which is a state with only 16 development in it. I've developed the crap out of Gondar with 19 base tax, which is going to mean that it's not ideal for anyone to hold except for, well, no one. I don't want to give, even though it's an estuary and in the center of trade, I don't want to give it to the burghers because it's got 19 base tax. But I don't want to give it to the nobles because it's got an estuary, and the clergy. I would like the idea of moving my fort. I mean, I never built a fort in Shewa. Sorry, Gondar. And that's just highlands. We could build a fort in Lasta instead, which would be a much better location than Gondar. Well, it still doesn't protect Assab, but it's a mountain defensive fort. And there's already a fort in Shewa. You know what? I think I will. I'll take the click. Why not? And we'll just leave Gondar as a... No one can control Gondar province. I guess that will be just fine. And since I have the cash, and since I just said I wanted to do it anyway, I'll build a fort in Lasta. More mountain forts, please. Speaking of institution spread, though, it is currently embraced in 15% of our development, which means that I need 500 ducats to embrace the Renaissance, or I could try to increase the embracement speed by doing the edict. This is no longer my capital state, so this costs more to run an edict here now. Shewa is now the capital state. I'm tempted to run the development edict and just do some development in Shewa, since the cost is kind of low now, with the discount from the capital city minus 17% due to total development. We could wait till we're bigger, though. But, part of the reason why the spread is so slow is that it's just such small amounts of development in this area. Once it gets into Agu, it'll go into Damat pretty quick, and then into Kaffa pretty quick. I wonder if it's worth waiting, or should I just spend the 500 ducats? Probably the 500 ducats is better. I'm kind of low on monarch points. I don't want to fall any farther behind on tech. I think I will just save up cash and pay for it directly. As soon as this guy's done with his siege, I'm going to teleport the combat guy up there to stack wipe that guy up there, take back our fort. My one... Aiden, with his one troop, is going to go after that 5 stack on his own, apparently. Bold move. Let's see how it pays off. 17 blockade speed here. We need 10 for that guy, and 10 for that guy. And I only need 5 up here. Alright, speed 4. Leave behind just enough to maintain that blockade, and then we'll pop out here, try to blockade this one as well. Gonna milk cash from all these guys so we can embrace the institution. These guys are in loot mode. 27 net ducats a month. Mogadishu's capital has fallen. Teleport the admiral here so we have a better chance of capturing ships. Let's go and keep on looting Mogadishu's capital, why not? Looks like we've got Malindi with 8 light ships here. Probably gonna want to retreat from that fight. That was my siege leader. Let's grab the siege leader down to here. Lost another general. No, it's the combat general. Alright, well, I don't care if I lose any ships here. Let's just keep the fight going. We have an admiral, they don't. By admiral, I mean explorer. We actually captured 2 light ships. Neat. That's enough to blockade that port. We cannot separate PCU yet for any provinces, but what's my individual war score with Warsangali? Because I don't really want anything but from him except for money. Because Ajuran has no cores on that land, I don't want to feed anything else. And I guess we need to check and see if the return cores is going to still be 0 dip. It is. Great. Good. Okay, so with Warsangali, I want your war reps, and I want money, and you're in the Gulf of Aden node, so I guess I'll take transfer trade power too. Unless you're not willing to agree, in which case I'll just take your cash directly and get you pieced out now. Same thing with you. I have claims on both your land, but you're non-co-belligerent, and I'm concerned about monarch points and aggressive expansion, so I'm just going to take money, war reps, and I don't care about Mogadishu, because Mogadishu is probably not going to exist anymore. %, with you. More money, please. All right, so return cores. I won't be allowed to return the last core. But I can demand it and pay 26 dips. So the price, basically, for me to have turned on Scudage on Ajuran and just get that extra little bit of money every month is going to be those Diplo points, which is kind of why I don't like doing that if there's still land to return. But if I do all that, pay the 26 dip, take all his cash. Potential coalition with Yemen, who I think we still have a truce with. Warsangali, we just pieced out. Mare, none of it matters. Or I could always take Mogadishu in the next war. But then Ajuran would have to be in the war so that I could transfer it to him. So no, I think I just have to pay this dip. Why does it keep, like, not resetting my thing properly? Okay, we have Mogadishu for ourselves. Before it like updates the autonomy, I'm just gonna immediately give that to Ajuran. The 40% autonomy there, and it's part of a state, I hope, for him. But that actually should, well, it'll stay at 40%, but these other ones will be whatever they were. Alright, so I started building a fort for him in a province. I think it was this one. It's almost done. That protects these provinces. Ghetto is part of that state, so it's going to need protection too if we want to get this land prosperous, even though it's kind of crappy land. Mogadishu is the important one right now. I wonder if he will move his capital back there, I think. I think that's his normal capital. I also built a fort in this province, which protects these 5. So I need a fort like here in this province to protect these 5, but then Ghetto is still unprotected, but that's also Highlands, which would be a good spot for a fort anyway. Yeah, I think I'll build a fort here and here. And that's actually more important to me right now than embracing the next institution. Because I want to get the devastation down, because the devastation is affecting my income, right? The higher the devastation and the lack of prosperity, well, granted, prosperity doesn't actually increase taxes, but still, it's just good. You know, autonomy coming down means he has more money, which means I have more money, which blah, 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 blah. It's all good and logical and fine. I will tell these ships to also privateer, but hopefully they will get some repairs in. No unrest in this area. Mogadishu already has one of those. Honestly, developing Aden just gives me more taxes anyway, because Aden's also in a situation where he pays taxes to me. I could actually enable scutage on Aden and then just use Reconquest with this guy. Kind of like the idea of doing that. He's kind of high on Liberty Desire, and we don't have scutage on him yet, so let's turn that on. I think the next war is going to be with Miklaf. Before we do that, I'm going to take a short break here. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the campaign, and I'll see you next time. See you soon.